Peonies. I thought it would be really interesting to do a video about books. I know, I never thought I'd hear myself saying that either. But something that I'm really keen on for Bells, and she seems to really enjoy, is reading time with her. So whether that's reading to her, letting her flick through books. I remember as a small girl, my mum every week would take me to a bookshop, and I was allowed to choose one book. So I guess it's been instilled from there, and whether it's a girl thing more than a boy thing, but Belle seems to really enjoy books. She'll be quite happily flicking through for a good 5 minutes. As long as that's a long time in our books. So I'm not talking today about books that she can flick through, so pop-up books where she likes to pull all those bits out, or where you can change the top of one animal and the bottom of another, confusing her completely when she goes to a farm. I'm talking about reading books, so bedtime stories, and it's particularly important at this age that they have stories that rhyme, because they get to learn the different intonation in your voice. So I've tried to always go for stories like that. I guess I thought about doing this video after I recently bought a book. Thank you very much. I recently bought a book by David Walliams, and I was really disappointed in it. It had no story really, it was just about fame, and I think that too much focus is put on fame nowadays. So where possible, I try and get a story that's got a nice storyline, but also has a good underlying ethic to it, I guess. That sounds really beep, doesn't it? But yeah. So Bells is holding up one of her favourites, which is There's a Bear on My Chair by Ross Collins. She seems to like it for the pictures in it, so it's good if you want to keep her entertained. For me, it's a bit samey. It's very rhymey. Literally the whole way throughout, it all rhymes with chair. So there's only so many words you can have that rhyme with chair. It gets a bit tiresome. But one of my favourite authors for her is Rob Biddulph. We now have all of his books. So there's The Penguin Blue Adventures, so we have Sunk and Blown Away, which are probably my least favourite of his books, but still good. But my absolute favourites are Odd Dog Out, which Belle's really liked as well. I think it's the bright colours. But it's really good. It's about individuality and standing out, and actually you don't need to look the same as everybody else or act the same, have the same interests. So I think that's a really good thing for her to grow up learning. And it's got sausage dogs. So, you know, anyone who knows me knows that I love a good sausage dog. Everyone's a winner. The other of his books that I really enjoy, and Belle really enjoys, is Grr. And it's about competing and friendship, and yeah, it's just a really lovely book. It's really good if you want a story that mummy and daddy can do together, as there's different characters, and every time there seem to be different voices that myself and Dickie pull out for her, which she seems to enjoy. So whether it's a story, whether it's our voices, I think is a winner. Then Rachel Bright is another really good one. So you've got The Lion Inside and The Koala Who Could. So they're kind of about learning about your inner strength, and that actually you don't always have to shout the loudest to make the biggest impact. So again, really nice stories. They rhyme, they're fun, they have really cute animations that are really bright and big. So it's lovely. Let me show you a couple of pages here, like this one. So yeah, Bells really likes it. I like reading it to her. It tends to be one of her favourite bedtime stories. Most recently we've introduced The Gruffalo, which I love, and it's about him kind of outwitting the Gruffalo, the little mouse. So yeah, it's another cute story time. And by the same author of The Gruffalo, there's Night Monkey, Day Monkey, and that's about understanding that people have differences, but they can still be friends. She absolutely loves this book. Literally pulled it off the shelf in Waitrose, and we're forced to come home with it, as you can see. I wasn't as keen on it, if I'm honest, but the fact that it makes her so happy, fine. Loves it. Literally can't get enough. And then my favourite of all time, yeah, there go the books. My favourite of all time, which I only discovered a few days ago in Waterstones, and Waterstones seem to have a really, really good collection for kids. What are you doing? Our library has loads of books, but they seem to be quite old school, and I really wanted something a bit modern and different and quirky and not the normal cheese that you get. So when I saw this on the shelf, Kitchen Disco, it was always going to be a winner. And so there's rhyming, and it's about how the fruit come to life when you go to bed. So I'm sure it's a story that she'll really, really appreciate when she gets a bit older as well. I have to read you the chorus, which is a bit of a song, and I can imagine this is going to become a bit of a thing when we're trying to get her to eat her fruit. So, shake it like a mango, party like a pear, wiggle like an apple, hey, and dance like you don't care. It's called the Kitchen Disco, and everyone's invited, so move your hips, shake your pips, and let's all get excited. There's total destruction going on right now. It's a really, really good book. It's by Claire Fox and Al Murphy, and it's got some really cute illustrations in it too, and it just makes me feel like I'm not totally grown up. So hopefully that gives you some suggestions if you're thinking of getting some new bedtime story reading material, or if your little one wants books to lob about. I will put the links underneath. If you like it, give me a big thumbs up, and I'd really, really appreciate it if you could subscribe. It's a new channel, so all of your support is really appreciated. Thanks very much. You're a horror! Literally wrecking the joint. Woo! 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 A party like your fruit! A party like your fruit! A party like your fruit! Party like your fruit!